Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw for Insider Travel Report, and I'm still here in Korcula, and it's been an amazing 3 days here, and it was capped off just now by an amazing lunch that was hosted by this gentleman here, absolutely LD restaurant, but he also has a hotel, and I'm going to let him tell you about it as well. But it was absolutely amazing. We're actually, you can see where we are. We're actually in the restaurant. Believe it or not, we're in the restaurant on the restaurant row, so to speak. And it really is. The food here is amazing. The wine here is amazing. And we tried all of it just in the last hour. And we're going to tell you all about it and more on Insider Travel Report. And by the way, this is Michael Unsworth. Michael, first of all, I have to thank you. It was a marvelous, marvelous lunch. You went through the whole wine list. But first of all, tell us a little bit about, let's start with the restaurant because we did that first. You are a Michelin star restaurant, the only one on the island, right?
We're the only one on any island in Croatia, and we've had the Michelin star for 5 years. We were in the first group of Croatian restaurants that were awarded stars 5 years ago. And we're very proud to have this star.
Yeah, and what kind of cuisine are we talking about here? You have a lot of local stuff and a lot of input, and you got a marvelous chef who knows what to do with it, right?
We try to source as much as possible locally because we think it's important to support the local economy. But we try to put a twist on it. So our cuisine is sort of local with a twist.
No, it is. It was marvelous cuisine, a marvelous lunch. It really is amazing to be here. But you also have something more. You have a small hotel here too. And what's the name of the hotel?
The hotel is Lesic Dimitri Palace. So we call it LD for short because not a lot of
us like me can pronounce that. Absolutely.
Absolutely. It's just got 5 suites. It's in an old palace in an old town, right next to where Marco Polo used to live.
Well, that actually is a selling point. You want to live, if you want to be staying where Marco Polo used to live, this is the place to go. And a lot of your decor, we were just in one of the suites, and it's sort of Asian decor, because we're going to talk about why that is, but it really is beautifully decorated. Right?
Well, we sort of think of Korcula as one end of the Silk Road. So when we restored the palace, we wanted to theme every suite on places that Marco Polo visited on the Silk Road. We used a Thai architect and designer to give it that authentic Asian feel.
Yeah, so you also have a marvelous spa as well. I just went and took a look at it. It really is quiet and beautiful. And the 5 suites, I mean, this is a real secluded getaway, right?
Yeah, but it is in the middle of a Mediterranean town. So it is generally secluded, but the church bells do sound.
Which is nothing wrong with me. I love being in Europe when the church bells sing. We don't have that in the United States so much, but it is amazing to be here. We are right in the old town. You're actually housed within the walls in the old buildings of the old town. And as you said, you were right up against one of the houses that allegedly is where Marco Polo lived, right?
Yeah, and the cathedral's just 100 meters away. But we love it. The stone is beautiful. And the town has a marvelous atmosphere.
No, it really is amazing. It's been a marvelous trip. But then we've discovered this is kind of Restaurant Row here, and this is the top restaurant on Restaurant Row. But all the food is amazing. Now, tell me, how the heck you are English? How did you get here?
Well, they always say here that you live where your wife comes from. My wife is local, so after I retired, I came here and did this project.
But you've also experienced, your luxury hotels and you've been traveling extensively, so you brought a lot of that experience into this hotel, right?
Oh, absolutely. I wouldn't say it's modeled on Amman, but it certainly drew some inspiration from Asian hotels and the way they design them and the quality of service.
Yeah, and so you have great service. The people who were serving us today were amazing, and you get to eat outside next to the water. So what could be better than that? I mean, really, it was an amazing lunch.
Not much better, I don't think.
And the wines were great, all the local wines.
They're all local. Croatia's producing some great wines nowadays, and it pairs beautifully with Croatian food.
And as we learned today, I mean, you definitely prepared everything well, and we only had the lunch. It's like we're not going to stay for the dinner, unfortunately. We have to take a ferry back, but I got to come back. It sounds amazing. There's a lot going on here in Korcula. It really is an amazing little town, and not really overrun with tourists right now, I don't think.
No, the great thing about Korcula, it's never over full. And you know, they have this amazing relaxed approach to life. So it never seems frenetic or busy. It is a great place to relax and chill.
And you found that's what you found, and that's why you're here, right?
I'm very keen on that. But also, you've got a lot of activities you can do. I'm a big sailor. You can get on the water with a sailing boat or a windsurfer. You can go cycling, running, you know, diving. You know, you can have a very chilled holiday, or you can have a very active one.
Or you can go to a lot of wineries and taste wines, right?
That's mainly what I do.
Me too, the last 2 days. I got to tell you, I was at 2 or 3 wineries, and I know there are like some 30 wineries just on this island alone, right?
Oh, and the new winemakers are just producing great wines. Yeah. You know, I've lived all over the world. I've drunk the best wines the world can produce. But I'm really happy eating and drinking here.
Well, drink local is always good. I got to tell you, no matter where I am, I drink local. It's good. And then, of course, this has also become a culinary center because of your restaurant, and even more is coming, right?
Oh, there are a lot of good restaurants on the island. Yeah. You know, if you want a simple grilled fish or some grilled meat, there are some great restaurants. If you want the best lobster in the Adriatic,
we just talked about this at lunch. I said, "Oh my God, you got me coming back," because he's telling me about this wonderful Adriatic lobster that is grilled. I have to come back for that one.
Boiled. The restaurant's called More, and it is the best lobster I've ever eaten.
Well, we got to go back to that. I'm gonna just take you up on that. We're gonna have to go together. I'm gonna say, well, the taste test with the best lobster is amazing. This is an amazing hotel, amazing restaurant, amazing town, and you can find it for your clients. A lot of people have heard of Korcula, and they think of all these islands. This is my first time. I've been to different places in Croatia, to Var, to Split, to Zagreb, to obviously Dubrovnik. But this is really such a special place.
No, it is a special place, which is why I came to live here, having lived in a lot of other places.
Yeah, you were telling me you've been in Asia, Thailand, everywhere, right?
I lived in 7 countries in my life. Australia, England, Malta, Holland, Hong Kong, Thailand and Croatia.
Wow. Not bad for a kid from Liverpool, right?
It's pretty good for a kid from Liverpool.
No, it really amazing. And I've actually been to a good restaurant in Liverpool too, but this takes the top, and you, of all people, should know what a good restaurant and a good hotel is, right?
Oh, yes, I certainly know. I mean, I experienced them in Asia in particular, where they really know how to do hotels. Yeah, and we try to emulate them.
No, and you do very well. And now, what would you tell our audience of 125,000 travel advisors about this property, about this restaurant? How should they book? How early should they book?
You need to book quite early because our occupancy is pretty high in the tourist season. If you like heat, come in July and August. But if you want a more relaxed vibe with a more tolerable climate, come in June, September or October. The sea is beautifully warm even in October for swimming, and there aren't so many people around.
Yeah, I can understand.
You know, and the heat has gone out of the sun. So we love, of course, summer, but we particularly love autumn and spring.
Well, I got to tell you, if you look behind me here, the view and everything else, it's such a perfect spot. We are here in August, but it's been a great visit here to my first time in Korcula, and I definitely got to come back, if only for the lobster.
Well, you're welcome back, James. We'll go together and devour.
We're gonna go devour. I think it sounds like we both need to be there for this lobster.
Definitely. It's one of my favorite places.
Now, where can travel agents go to connect with your hotel in terms of your website and things like that?
You can do everything through the website, but also there are a lot of good inbound agencies in Croatia who can map out an itinerary, organise the transfers, find the good hotels. We can do all of that as well, but you have choices. and it's a sophisticated system now, so it's not primitive. You can achieve what you want to do.
You got to get your clients over here to experience the food, to experience. You only have 5 rooms, so they book out. But
5 suites.
5. I'm sorry,
have 10
5.
rooms.
Congratulations on this, and I know it's a labor of love for you, right?
Thank you, James. It's more than a labour of love. You know, it's a passion for me, because I experienced so many good things around the world. I wanted to give people who come to Korcula, which I love, the same quality of experience.
And you have, believe me, you have.
Yeah, in terms of food, wine, service, the rooms, you know, the environment, because I want people go on holiday to restore themselves. This is a place where you can restore yourself. It's calm, relaxed, and beautiful.
Michael, I want to thank you for your hospitality, for the wonderful lunch, a great conversation. I look forward to coming back. I got to come back, and when I come back, I'm going to email you. We're doing the lobster, okay?
Great deal, James. We look forward to it.
I'm James Shillinglaw, and this is Insider Travel Report.